Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video, it is Tuesday, so we are doing a character spotlight. So this particular character spotlight is from Marvel, and it is of William Torrens, aka Bull Taurus. Now, he is actually later becomes Man-Bull. Now, we've seen this character being introduced inside the MCU based on She-Hulk. Now, we're going to be talking about the comic book history of said character. So, we're going to be talking about William Torrens, aka Bull Taurus, and we're going to go from there. So, Bull Taurus and his partner Itch worked with Mr. Klein, who instructed them to kidnap people off the streets. Their victims were to be used as test subjects by the Professor, another employer of Klein. Now, Daredevil stopped the kidnappings, but Bull was chastised for his failure and was forced to undergo the experiment himself. He received injections that transformed him into a supersized monster, complete with horns, going by the name Man-Bull. As Man-Bull, he attempted to kidnap people, and again Daredevil stopped him. Man-Bull was reverted into his human form after smashing into a wall and was sent to prison. Man-Bull escaped from prison after Itch smuggled in the Man-Bull serum into his cell. This time his transformation was permanent. So then Man-Bull and Itch attempted to poison the New York water supply with the serum, but Daredevil stopped them. Now Man-Bull was pulled into the water by an anchor but survived. Now, over the years, he's worked with the Matador and the Owl, but never succeeded as a criminal. And when he degenerated into a more bestial state, he called himself Savage and even fought the Hulk, but lost. Now, eventually he was imprisoned in the Raft, and now for those of you who don't know, Raft is basically the biggest prison for all superpowered beings. He escaped during Fear itself, and fellow inmates Griffin, Basculus, and an unidentified woman who was revealed to be Hecate, Hecate, I believe. Now, working together with Hercules, the three were able to stop Kykonos? Stopping somebody from resurrecting Ares. He was imprisoned back into the Raft after the Avengers vs. X-Men conflict, and a riot started in the prison, and the only heroes able to repress it were Rogue and Mimic. Quickly outnumbered, they proposed to absorb the powers of Equinox, Armadillo, and Man-Bull himself in order to defeat the other inmates. Now, later on the Greek island of Santorini, the clan Dane infused Man-Bull with such power that he believed himself to be the Minotaur. In his form, he killed many, besting the Greek army, slaughtering the mercenaries looking for him, and slaying their national hero, John Ajax. Soon afterwards, Scarlet Witch came seeking the advice of Hecate concerning the broken nature of witchcraft energies. After learning of the beast's rampage, Wanda agreed to help in exchange for the Greek goddess being in her debt. Now, Man-Bull is among several animal-themed supervillains captured by Taskmaster and Black Ant to serve as hunting targets for Kraven the Hunter and Arcade's Great Hunt. Now, Toad mentioned that he had died during the chaos, but Man-Bull survived and became a patient in the rebuilt of Ravencroft Institute. So he's gone through a lot, and in fact, he's been around since the 70s, 1971 to be exact. So he's been around doing random stuff all around, and obviously he's never been a main character, but he does exist. So his powers possess various superhuman abilities as a result of being injected with a mutagenic serum based on bull enzymes. Now, this particular mutagenic is unstable. The serum that was used to give him his superpowers at times has resulted in him mutating in a physically larger and more bestial form. This mutation is unstable, and so he has been reverted back to his normal form and even gone into a more bestial form at random intervals based on the enzymes of the mutagen. Now, in his more bestial form, he possesses a bull-like tail, fur covering his entire body, and an altered facial structure resembling more of an actual bull, and unfortunately decreases his intelligence. Now, he has superhuman strength, and it varies. So, in his regular form, he's able to lift about 10 tons. Now, when he's more in a factor of a bestial state and more bull than man, he is able to lift about 50 tons. Stamina, the same thing. He's able to create less fatigue toxins. So during when he's more human, he can do it for several hours without building up any fatigue toxins. And then while he's in the more of a bull state, he can actually do this for about a day. His durability is the same thing. It varies based on what spectrum he is between man and bull. When he's in his more human form, he's able to withstand falls from great heights and even take small caliber bullets without sustaining any injury. Now, in his more bestial form, his physical resistance is obviously highly increased. He's resistant to high caliber bullets and even powerful impact forces. With that being said, he was able to be struck several times by an enraged Hulk without actually taking serious physical injury. He also has horns, so he has long, dense horns growing through each side of his forehead. These horns are comprised of bone, much more dense than a human bone, and is often used in combat situations by charging at his opponents. And at full speed, he's been known to be able to run through wooden paneling, cinder blocks, and steel-enforced concrete. Now, he by himself has no formal hand-to-hand combat, but it's his powers alone that give him the ability to be a formidable combatant and fighter overall. He often uses street fighting techniques that allow him to use his full use of his strength. So he's basically just a fighter that knows how to do it himself. Now, his just like everything else, Marvel does the power grid and it's out of 7. So his intelligence is a 2 normally, which is normal. But when he's more as a bull, it's actually lower and it's at a 1. With his strength, it's normally a 4, which is enhanced. It's considered superhuman, and it's about 25 tons-ish, they say. Actually, it's between 800 pounds and 25 tons, being able to lift. And then when he's more bull-like, he's in the more superhuman category of 25 to 75 tons. His speed is normal. His durability is enhanced. He has no energy projection, and his fighting skills is a 2, which is just normal. So overall, this character is not all that powerful, but reading into his comic book history makes me think a little bit more of what might happen in She-Hulk. He could be part of a group along with Wrecker to actually get the DNA of She-Hulk to be able to better understand and create super soldiers in the future, which I would not have ever thought of in a million years, especially after seeing the episode he was introduced in. But we'll have to wait and see for sure. But that's going to be something that I'm very much looking forward to. Seeing all these great characters that have been added into the MCU as kind of jokes and realizing they were the bad guys all along will be interesting to see. Now, I don't know this for a fact. We'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you happy about this character? Are you hoping that I'm right? Or are you thinking that I'm just full of it and they're not going to do it? Well, we're going to have to wait and see, obviously. But please let me know in the comments. Now, as always, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. And as always, this is going to be Beastly EO signing out. Have a great night.